I've played what role I've needed to play on teams. Like for my first 4 years, and I feel like that's kind of like my rookie phase, you know? And now that I'm out of my rookie contract, I feel like I need to elevate in the same way that, you know, that my paycheck elevated. So,
we seen that. I seen them zeros.
Stop it.
It's crazy you could look up people's salary.
I know. I'm like, y'all know.
I'm pocket watching because when it's my time, I need to be getting paid.
Chicago Sky's rising star, Angel Reese, is making headlines not just for her incredible rookie season, but for speaking out about one of the most talked about topics in women's sports, player salaries. Let's break it all down. Angel Reese quickly became one of the most exciting players to watch during her rookie season with the Chicago Sky. Drafted 7th overall in the 2024 WNBA draft, Reese signed a 4-year contract worth $324,383. But it's not just about the money. Reese made her presence known on the court. She averaged an impressive 13.6 points and 13.1 rebounds per game, leading the league in rebounds and becoming the only rookie to average a double-double. Her performance earned her a spot as a WNBA All-Star and placed her second in the Rookie of the Year voting, right behind Indiana Fever's Caitlin Clark. Off the court, Reese has been making waves with her podcast, Unapologetically Angel, where she's interviewed some of the biggest names in sports. But in her latest episode, Reese brought up a topic that's been on the minds of many WNBA players: salaries. During a conversation with WNBA star Dejanai Carrington, Reese discussed the current state of player pay and dropped a major warning for the league. Let's unpack this. Reese is pointing out that while rookie salaries are set to increase in the coming years, current players like herself might not see the same benefits. Reese is set to make $74,909 in her second year with the Sky, which, compared to the revenue and attention the WNBA is generating, feels low to many players. Reese's warning is clear. If the league doesn't address these salary concerns, players could consider sitting out games. This isn't just about Reese, it's about the future of the WNBA and ensuring that players are compensated fairly for their talent and the value they bring to the league. Reese's comments come at a pivotal time for the WNBA. The league is growing in popularity with more eyes on the game than ever before. But as the league grows, so do the expectations for player compensation. Reese isn't just speaking for herself, she's advocating for all WNBA players who feel undervalued. This conversation is part of a larger movement in women's sports where athletes are demanding equal pay and better working conditions. So, what's next for Angel Reese and the WNBA? Reese has already proven she's a force to be reckoned with, both on and off the court. As she continues to dominate in her sophomore season, her voice will undoubtedly play a key role in shaping the future of the league. And for the WNBA, the pressure is on to address these salary concerns and ensure that the league's growth benefits everyone: players, fans, and the sport as a whole. Angel Reese's bold statement isn't just about her or her teammates. It's part of a much larger conversation happening across women's sports. From soccer to basketball, female athletes are pushing for equal pay, better resources, and more respect for their contributions to the game. Reese's warning about sitting out games is a powerful move, and it echoes similar actions taken by athletes in other leagues who fought for better conditions. Remember when the U.S. women's national soccer team fought for equal pay and won? Or when WNBA players like Maya Moore and Breanna Stewart used their platforms to advocate for social justice and better pay? Reese is stepping into that same arena, using her voice to demand change. And with her growing influence, she's in a unique position to make a real impact. Unsurprisingly, Reese's comments have sparked a ton of reactions online. Fans, analysts, and even other athletes are weighing in. Some are applauding her for speaking out, while others are debating whether the WNBA can afford to pay players more right now. Let's take a look at some of the buzz one fan tweeted. Angel Reese is absolutely right. The WNBA is growing, and the players deserve their fair share. Another said, it's not just about salaries, it's about investing in the future of the league. But not everyone agrees. Some argue that the WNBA is still building its revenue and can't match NBA salaries yet. It's a complex issue, but one thing's for sure. Reese has everyone talking. Let's talk numbers. The WNBA has seen significant growth in recent years, with increased viewership, higher attendance, and more sponsorship deals. But compared to the NBA, the revenue gap is still massive. For example, the average NBA salary is around $10 million, while the average WNBA salary is just over $10 million, while the average WNBA salary is just over $100,000. That's a huge difference, and it's why players like Reese are pushing for change. Reese's warning isn't just about the present, it's about the future. She's thinking about the next generation of players who will enter the league. If salaries don't improve, we could see more players leaving for overseas leagues where they can earn significantly more. That would be a huge loss for the WNBA and its fans. But it's not all doom and gloom. Reese's statement is a call to action, and it could be the push the league needs to make real changes. With stars like Reese, Caitlin Clark, and Aja Wilson leading the way, the WNBA has the talent and the momentum to become a global powerhouse. It's just a matter of making sure the players are valued for what they bring to the table. So, what can fans do to support the WNBA and its players? It's simple. Show up. Buy tickets to games, tune in on TV, grab some merch, and follow your favorite players on social media. The more support the league gets, the stronger the case for higher salaries and better resources. Angel Reese's warning to the WNBA is a bold move, but it's one that could shape the future of the league. She's not just playing for herself, she's playing for every woman who dreams of stepping onto that court. So, what do you think? Is Reese right to demand more? How can the WNBA balance growth with fair pay? To really understand the gravity of Angel Reese's statement, let's put WNBA salaries into perspective. The average WNBA player earns around $120,000 per year, while the average NBA player earns over $120,000 per year, while the average NBA player earns over $10 million. That's a staggering difference. But it's not just about the NBA. WNBA players often have to play overseas during the offseason to make ends meet. For example, players like Brittany Griner and Diana Taurasi have earned significantly more playing in Russia or China than they do in the WNBA. One of the biggest factors in increasing player salaries is revenue from sponsorships and media deals. The WNBA has made strides in this area, with recent partnerships with companies like Google, AT&T, and Deloitte. But there's still a long way to go. For example, the NBA's media rights deal is worth billions, while the WNBA's deal is a fraction of that. Angel Reese isn't just advocating for herself, she's advocating for the entire league. Her voice is amplifying a conversation that's been happening for years, and it's inspiring other players to speak out too. Reese's influence extends beyond the court. She's a role model for young athletes, showing them that it's okay to demand what you're worth. So, what's next for the WNBA and its players? The league is at a crossroads. With stars like Angel Reese, Caitlin Clark, and Aja Wilson leading the way, the WNBA has the talent and the momentum to become a global powerhouse. But to get there, the league needs to address these salary concerns and invest in its players. As fans, we have a role to play in this movement. The more we support the WNBA, the stronger the case for higher salaries and better resources. So, how can you help? Start by tuning into games, whether it's on TV or in person. Buy merchandise, follow your favorite players on social media, and engage with their content